Hello everybody, this is H-Hog. I've got something a little different today. Something that I don't usually upload on my channel, but I just found it on my hard drive, and it's something I remember from way back in the day, which was both interesting and sickening. It's this little DOS program written by one Cyan Helkaraxe way back in 1997. Yeah, some of you probably weren't even born back then. In any case, yeah, this thing is called Tails Crush-O-Matic. It's, well, it's got to be seen to be believed, really. It's I have to warn you, it does have, well, I mean, it's in sprite form, but it does have blood and gore and everything. So if you really don't like Tails seeing hurt in any way or shape or form, or anyone being hurt for that matter, then I suggest you just turn off this video and watch something a lot more pleasant. So yeah, but for the rest of you, those of you who are in morbid curiosity or just like to see a little fox cub suffer, here is the Tails Crush-O-Matic. Tails is feeling rather bored. He has been walking around for a time, and he now appears to be in a small chamber he hasn't seen before. He really is rather puzzled. There seems to be no exits here. He looks left, right, and up. "'Struth," he thinks, unnecessarily. Oh no, the spikes are lowering. "How could you do this to me?" he thinks, looking pleadingly at the maniac who is laughing hysterically at his expression from the other side of the glass. At this point, Tails has decided to duck as the spikes grind ever closer. At first, in the hope that this is just a joke, but soon in the grim realization that he isn't going to get out of this one. Tails begins to whine with sheer terror a few seconds before this instant, but it takes on a new note of pain as the first spike's razor point glides through his head fur and tears into the top of his head. His own blood trickles down his muzzle and drips to the floor as other spikes touch his back, and the torment increases. His whine degenerates into a howl. Tails can no longer move or feel his legs as a spike stabs through his spine and buries itself deep into his guts. As he feels it pin him to the floor, he knows he is dead, but his hopes for a short ending are not to be fulfilled. More spikes plunge home to join the first, rupturing his liver and ripping his lungs. His screams of agony tail off into gurgling as gouts of gore spout from his mouth. his eyes misting over, clenched tight against the pane, as do his fists, outflung as he slumps to the floor. Blood dribbles from the gashes his fingernails have left in his palms. The ruined body, orange only in patches, thrashes out its death throes in a deep pool of its own blood. Consciousness, however, does not leave Tails until the first spike finally smashes through his skull, blowing his brain out in a fountain. The body spasms one last time, then finally ceases to move. Blood and guts continue to drain from the mangled corpse for a few minutes, but finally slackens off. It runs into the pipes, leaving only a twisted heap of fur and meat that once was a happy and cute fox cub to tell the tale. Let the games begin. So here's where this program turns into a little, well, I guess you would call it a game, but there's really not very much to it, to be honest. So I'll show you what it's like. I'll enter my name as Unspeakable Horror and Incredible Terror for player 2. Alright, so this is some sort of game where you sort of drop pieces of Tails into a Tetris-like area. I haven't really found out what the point to this is. I know player 1 is controlled with A and D to go to the left and right, and S to drop a piece. And the same goes for player 2 with J, K, and L. But aside from that, I think it's meant... I don't know, actually. Because I've played this, like, on my own earlier, and for some reason, whoever filled his screen up the quickest was actually the winner in this. So, I'm just gonna, bash on the keys a bit. And, well, whoever went game over first in any case. Oh, well, that was the end of it. It didn't show who was the winner. So yeah, that was the Crush-O-Matic by Cyan Helkaraxe. Yeah, like I said, I remember this from like way back in my childhood, and back in those days it was pretty creepy. It's just, yeah, I mean, it's just sprites. But, yeah, it's not very pleasant in any case. So... unless, of course, you have a deep hatred of Tails. In which case, what's wrong with you? So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up, and I hope you enjoyed. You monster.